Welcome to day 13 of me trying to get rid of my porn addiction in 120 days. Today I want to talk about the benefits of the first 2 weeks. So I'm saying this because I can already feel and see a huge difference from me retaining my seed for 2 weeks. I just feel a lot more happier. I feel a lot more energetic. I go to the gym and it's I feel like my lifts are improving at an insane rate. I'm building good habits. And on top of that, I'm starting to kind of feel like I'm having a glow. And I'm going to put up a picture of, kind of before I got on NoFap to now, just to see the huge difference that it really does have. But the thing is I'm also doing good habits. So it's not like I just was eating shit and I was just edging. And no, the thing about NoFap is it's a lifestyle. It's not like you're just gonna not jerk off, but every other part of your life you just have to neglect. No, to really be successful on NoFap, from what I'm learning so far in my journey, it might be different in a month from now, but so far what I'm learning is you have to be doing something to really be successful on NoFap. The times when I've done NoFap and I've been fuck, I just can't get rid of this addiction, is the times when I've always just been on my bed doing nothing, doing the same shit that I was doing before when I was a fapper. The thing is, it's not about the addiction, guys. It's the type of person you need to become. If you're already watching this video and you're already quitting porn, that's the first step. First step is you getting that mindset, telling yourself that fuck this thing that has ruined my life for however long it's ruined your life. And then from that point on, you need to start identifying what's holding you back. Because it's not just the porn. The porn, it's just the trigger. You get triggered in, there's something you're doing. There's always something you're doing. Or there's always a feeling that's triggering this porn addiction. For me, as I said, it was boredom and anxiety. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to fill my day up with things that I can do. Always thinking of the next thing to do, trying to get off screens. Also, I would get triggers on Instagram. I'd be scrolling, I'd see a girl who I find attractive, and then I'd get horny, and then what do you think would happen? Then I'd go on porn. So whatever it is for you, identify that. So that being said, if you could really identify that, it will be a lot easier. It'll be a lot easier. You'll just kind of become a person who doesn't fap. It's not about you just not fapping. You actually have to become a person who doesn't fap. You got to build your day around, you got to have things to do. You got to have things that you want to strive for and constantly think about that. Because if you do that, I'm telling you, it'll be a lot easier for you to get on NoFap. What I've noticed is most guys they say, oh, I want to quit porn. And then after, what they do is they just do the same shit that they're doing even when they were a fapper and expect to just get rid of it with willpower. Bro, you've had this addiction for however long you've had it. You've had it for years. You think you're just going to get rid of it by doing the same shit? No, something's got to change. So as I said, identify what's triggering you and then start building new habits, whether that be going to the gym, whether that be, just working out in general, building something like a YouTube channel, a business, or even just going 100% into school. And I'm telling you, it'll get easier. But anyways, yap sesh out of the way. I'm going to talk about the benefits of, porn. Not the benefits of porn. The benefits of being on NoFap for 2 weeks from what I've discovered. So the benefits that I have found mainly, as I said, was mainly just focus. I feel physically more energetic, and I feel like I have this this fire in me. I feel like I have more of a push when I go to the gym, when I'm making these videos. It's a lot easier for me to go, and I actually enjoy it, opposed to when I was always releasing. There'd be days where I'd constantly just want to not go because I was depleted with energy. And I definitely do believe that was mainly due to porn. And I'm telling you, hold your seat in for even just a week, and I'm telling you, you'll see a huge difference physically and mentally. I used to never believe these guys when they'd be like, oh yeah, your seed is your power. semen is power. It's your manhood. But I'm telling you, the more you hold, it wasn't until I actually started doing it until I really realized that what they were saying was true. I used to think that NoFap was toxic, that, oh yeah, explaining the benefits it's very toxic for people. But I'm telling you, all these things are true. All these things are true. When you hold your seed and you start just walking different, you just start walking with more confidence because you know deep down that you aren't a fapper. The reason why I'm telling you, you can kind of tell when people are fappers. You can tell when a guy can't look you in the eye, when a guy is just walking about, his head down, shit posture. You can tell when they fap. They're always talking about girls. You can tell. But when you're off NoFap, when you're on NoFap, you don't do any of that. You just start being comfortable with who you are. Real confidence, not this fake confidence, You're not faking it. You really are confident. And obviously, that's not just going to happen with you just holding in your seed. You got to direct that energy into something. You got to constantly be doing something. Eat healthy. Start, as I said, build something, a business, a YouTube channel, something. Just do whatever. You could get into a new skill, martial arts, use it, and start improving your life. Because I'm telling you, this, if you just do nothing, your addiction is just going to stay. It's not going to go anywhere. Because the reason why you have the addiction is because of the type of person you are. And I'm telling you, as I said in previous videos, if you fail, it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. But the thing is how you react. How are you going to react to it if you fail? Are you just going to cry and be like, oh yeah, NoFap doesn't even work, and just go fucking fap 8 times in a day? Or are you just going to say, okay, how did I fail? What did I do? What triggered me to do this? Because that's what real winners do. They don't just give up. What winners do is they improve. They try and fix what went wrong, because that's all it is. You just need to reiterate what you did. So that being said, get on NoFap. It'll be worth it. For only 2 weeks, you will see a massive difference. And this is not even the end. Stay tuned for the 2-week recap tomorrow. Peace.